Rose.
Oh,
Hi, everybody. I got to get Rain to help me with one of those cool little groovy little
I know,
videos
yeah.
for
I
the
love that
shows.
music.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
hello, everybody. It is Wednesday, and it's time for my latest in my series of my Queen's Chamber. And for people who aren't familiar, because I haven't done one of these in a while, summer kind of got busy, and so I was watching because Chan and I love Egyptian mythologies, and we like watching the archaeology shows and stuff. And we were sitting there, and they were talking about the Queen's Chamber in the pyramid, and I thought Queen's Chamber, like the Queen of, and then boom, it was like that would be a cool show to
Yeah.
have a Queen's Chamber, and then maybe later on a King's Chamber, and look at each of the queens for each of the suits. So of course Ramon right away was like, I want to do the wands. I'm like, okay, you got the wands. And then Jonathan Daly joined me. I think this was back in May or June, and we did the Queen of Pentacles. And I told Jackie, I go, you are the Queen of Swords.
Love it.
Being able to to understand the cards clearly, having the intellect to be able to hold all this information, being able to communicate and articulate. You're not. I go, I would love for you to be the Queen of Swords. And she was like, of course. So Jackie's here.
Yay.
Jackie's Crystal Moon. So
And I
um
actually am the Queen of Swords anyway. I'm Libra, which is cool.
there you go. So
Yeah.
thank you for joining me, my dear. It's been a
No
while
problem. It
since we've
has.
done a show together. As some of you know, Jackie and I, took a little bit of a sabbatical from the true crime. We might still look at a few cases here and there, so stay tuned.
Yeah.
But I want to do something totally a little different, and I'm so thrilled, Jackie, that you agreed to join me. And first off, waiting for us was Miss Nancy. Hello, Nancy, my dear.
Hey,
Um,
Nancy.
and then Karen popped in. Hello,
Hi,
Karen.
Karen.
And this afternoon, I believe, Karen, you are doing a Woo Woo Wednesday pop up reading. So I think it's at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You'll be going live. So everyone check her out if you can. Lottie B is here. Hello, Lottie B. Everyone's saying hello. And hello, Sandy. Good to see you. She gives you the pretty little clover. So
Oh,
everyone,
yeah, I love it.
yeah. So the traditional Queen of Swords.
I had that one
um,
out as well, but then I saw that you had it, so I was like, I'll leave that one.
oh, I was going to just, because mine is more of the, because you understand the symbology more, because Jackie
Well,
really studies the tarot in depth. And for
I
me,
love the
I like
details.
kind of like the artwork. I'm all over the place, but for me, I think this is close enough. This is the radiant one because to the traditional, the colors just was kind of like to me, and I like how the radiant, just kind of emphasized it up a little bit more,
Yeah.
made it more palatable. And so I figured Jackie's my guest. I'm going to let her go first. So if you want me to hold this up, Jackie, did you want to share any of the symbolism that you would like to point out on the cards like you do with the TTTs?
Well, with the butterflies, I have that as well. I love the Apprentice Tarot. It's gorgeous. Um, with the what was it on? There is butterflies somewhere. Oh yeah, I see them. Wait now, over the side. So we have butterflies, and butterflies, as we all know anyway, are a symbol of transformation. They're often on the death card. Sometimes, if a deck isn't the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith imagery, they tend to put things like butterflies on the death card for that
Mm-hmm.
symbolism of change and stuff.
And
Um,
transformation.
I have that document that I had out last night for just a few different bits of symbology, right? So the Queen's crown shows authority. The butterfly symbolism, metamorphosis, that's the word. Good God, I couldn't think of the
Metamorphosis.
big
Yep.
words. Yeah. Trans- Transformation and flight, showing that although she is able to cut with her words, she has a softness about her. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Because people too often think of the Queen of Swords as just someone who's cold. And I mean, yes, she's kind of, in a way, she's the opposite of like the Queen of Cups, who's kind of that loving, emotional type. She is more, obviously, swords is the mind, it's thought, it's communication. She's more kind of analytical and more of an intellect, and doesn't kind of faff about with emotions, I suppose, you know.
I know people like that.
Say that again.
I know people in my life that fit that perfectly. So
Oh yeah,
I can
yeah.
associate with, yeah.
It's good too when you can associate them with people you know. The white dress is symbolic of the purity of thought, which is interesting. Because she does, I suppose, cut through any of the crap, and she kind of just focuses on what's important, you know. Bracelet. Does she have a bracelet? Oh, she does have a bracelet
Yes, I was
hanging
going
on.
to ask you what that red bracelet was, because I know a lot of people who do Kabbalah or
Oh,
practice Kabbalah wear a red thread
okay.
around their wrist, and I didn't know if that had something to do with it. So
It does. Do you know what? Because that Italian
I'll put
card
you
that I
back
showed,
on the big
that
screen. There we
Italian
go.
card that I showed you a while ago, it's in Italian, but when you know, use Google Translate, and it translates text for you from whatever language into English. And the main keyword for it is widowness. Well, it says widowness. I don't think widowness is a word. I think maybe it's, I don't know. Anyway, but actually, that bracelet there on her wrist, according to this, it says Victorian mourning bracelet, suggesting that she has been widowed. Very interesting.
Oh, okay.
I have never even spotted that bracelet, to be honest with you, before. This
I didn't either
suggests,
until today.
yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
gee, I wonder what that's for.
So that's something we're both learning today. Isn't that interesting?
Very cool.
This suggests she has an understanding of life and emotion. Oh, okay, okay. I see, I see. Well, that's interesting. The grey clouds, confusion, but the queen's head is above the clouds, which indicates clarity of thought. Yeah, I always say that. It's the only swords court card where the head is well above the clouds, showing that like her head isn't in the clouds. She has all this beautiful blue sky, which is blue is kind of clarity. So her head is clear, you know, she's seeing and thinking straight. Blue sky, lightheartedness, clarity of thought, and there we go, and purpose, free will, and clear mind. The sword points upwards, showing clarity of words and clear thinking. Again, same thing. And the stone throne, butterflies, lightness, cherub's head. Where's the
Yep, on the
cherub's head?
chair. On
Oh
the
yeah, yeah, I
chair.
see. Yeah, on the thing. Yeah.
Not a fan of chair.
Um, children and maturity. The two crescent moons suggest the cycles of life and feminine energy.
Okay, crescent moons.
Yeah.
I don't see that on my card.
No, they're here. Look, where we're there.
Oh, those are supposed to be. Oh, okay. I see them
They're
now. Okay,
they're two crescent moons. Yeah.
gotcha. So for
So, and
people,
then
here,
they're
let me put you on the
birds.
big screen again, so in case people didn't see it, it's the little right
Here,
behind the.
look.
There we
There's
go.
two crescent moons there. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So here's the cherub, and here's the two crescent moons. There's a butterfly here. There's a few small butterflies somewhere too. There's two small butterflies above the. Where am I pointing? There, above the crescent moons.
Yes.
And even her crown in this one, and I don't know if it's in the original, but her crown is made of
Butterflies.
butterflies too. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So there's so many little tiny details.
And you are
And
totally the Queen of Swords. She's got red hair. You have red hair. She's wearing white and blue, and you're wearing white and blue. So you're
I
totally
am.
the Queen of Swords today, girl.
Oh my God,
Oh
twinsies. So that's the traditional RWS, right? That's the one we all
my God.
know and love. And I have to show anyway, look.
Okay, I'm gonna put you back on the big screen. Oh, the tiles.
I mean, oh my God, like, look at them.
I
I'm
gotta
just
save up for
obsessed.
those, but oh my God, those are gorgeous.
I'm just obsessed. Um, so a few other ones. Now, this is more or less the same, so I don't think there's any other real details we need to go into, but oh my God, trying to remember the names, lads. I have more decks than I actually thought I did. Hi, Maya.
Yeah,
Hi,
Maya's
Fatima.
here.
And
Fatima
Steph, I
came
assume.
in. Sylvia is here.
Sylvia, what's happening? When I draw the Queen of Swords, I will now think of Jackie. Oh, good. Um, Tell me what.
Yeah.
Oh, Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. Sorry, I drew a blank as to what this deck is. This is, oh, it's one of my faves. I mean, that gold filing in the background is just to die for, lads. I mean, you can watch all the deck reviews on this that you like, but it's in real life, it's just so much better. And even the borders and everything are just beautiful the way they're done, you know.
Are you okay
Uh,
being on the big screen so people can see the cards? Because I know sometimes for some people that's off-putting.
No, I don't mind. I mean, I do
Okay.
love to see your lovely face too, but it's okay. Will I go through them all, or are we swapping, or will I just keep
Um,
going? What do you want to do?
well, we could go back and forth if you want.
Yeah,
So we have the traditional.
yeah.
So the first one that I have, well, first of all, let me just start with, I don't have the cards for it because y'all know I'm starting to pack for next year's move. So I do have my Tina Gone
Uh,
book out, and her artwork is very simple, very
huh.
I just like the design of it. But what Tina does is that she goes through and she has I'll show for everybody. You get the book. She has interpretation, reflection, and action for each of the cards, along with the keywords. And what she does is that she also offers questions for you to consider um, when studying and learning about the Queen of Swords. And one of the words that you don't see, I haven't seen. I try to like highlight from each of my books. With here, she's got the word severe, integrity,
Hmm.
can be pessimistic, grudges, that kind of thing, and aloof, which made me kind of go aloof because usually someone who's aloof, well, they could be their heads are in the clouds, but obviously her
Yeah.
head's not in the clouds, so I'm not sure if I relate to that one. But I love how they said that the Queen of Swords is gifted with a nimble and perceptive mind. Nothing escapes her notice. Honesty above all is important. She always seeks the truth, even if it's painful. Let's see what correction, not the box of you, the boat. Oh, okay, we got you, Sylvia. Um, and the Queen of Swords, mind and heart come together as one. How can you apply logic to your feelings? I like this. How can you apply logic to your feelings so that you can channel them for the best possible outcome? So questions like this for reflection. And so has to do with facing the truth, even if they can be painful, balancing emotions with logic, not letting your heart run over your head. She's got that more of that balance to that. And
Yeah.
let your mind be free. This queen cherishes her personal freedom. New doors open to her when she allows her mind to remain free. And she doesn't let the judgment of others, affect her. So
Yeah.
I don't have a card for that. Do you want me to go to one that I do have a card and then
Two.
I'll jump back to you? Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just making sure here I'm not missing. I know I saw Maya and Stephanie. Lottie B says, "When I draw the Queen of Swords, I will not. I will now think of Jackie." Yes, because I think it really does describe Jackie. I mean, how she's able to retain this information. She's very articulate with how she delivers her information. It's always very clear, concise. So yeah, I thought immediately Jackie, and Jackie's an amazing teacher. For me, the Queen of Swords represents to me a teacher, someone who's very good at like being a professor, a teacher,
Hmm.
someone who can, share their knowledge, their wisdom, and do it
Yeah.
effectively. So I made sure I got all the comments. All right, so for me, next one I grabbed was the Robin Wood Tarot. I do have the book, but she goes like 2 3 pages per card. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that to y'all guys, but I just want to share this.
Oh, I
And
was wondering what that one was. I like
and I'm
that.
just going to make myself big
Huh?
for a second, like I
Do.
did with you. And here in her card, um, so her keywords are cool and confident, quick-witted, intensely perceptive, excuse me. And I love this. She may have suffered loss and become stronger because of it. And that's interesting. She doesn't have the bracelet on here, but that makes me think of Jackie, what you were just saying with the bracelet, being a widow, experiencing loss. And then Robin writes in here, she may have suffered loss and has become stronger for it. Um, she may also be controlling, cruel, or sharp
Hmm.
tongue. But what I really found interesting is that she included, well, we can see the traditional butterflies in her dress, um, the clouds, of course, her poof of her blouse, and she goes more on to detail about roses to her representing air and communication. But what I found fascinating, being an artist, is that look how close her nose is to that sword. It intentionally wasn't meant to
Mm.
be initially. And she goes, because she created, when she did the drawing, and when she does the ink to be able to separate, the form from the background, she didn't realize how close the ink brought her nose right to the sword. There was supposed to be more space. But then she says this made sense to her. She was able to fix it a little bit. But another key word is she's got her nose to the grind. She's one of
Uh,
those that will work nose to the grind. She's focused.
Actually, yeah.
She knows exactly what it is that she wants, that hand reaching out, that's receptive. While that receptivity is shows her control with the sword in her left hand. So I just thought that was kind of cool how nose to the grind sort of thing, because I haven't seen that in any of the other books. And it says here willingness to go full tilt. Wait a minute, what's this? Nope, 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 nope. That's the wrong one because she writes all these. It's like 3 pages, y'all, for one card. But yeah, she goes into complete detail for each of the. Oh, and another thing, she excels in all kinds of knowledge and can solve all sorts of riddles, puzzles, etc. So somebody who's really good with puzzles and riddles has that analytical mind that's associated with Queen of Swords too. And here, so with the roses, she's got a rose bush, and a rose on the pommel of her sword. And in this deck, she says, because roses are symbolic of roses to me, since their scent is like incense, it is so part of air, and their thorns are sharp like a blade. So I thought that was interesting.
Interesting. Hmm.
So, whoops, let me bring my girl back. So, and alrighty, that's what I have. And Sylvia, let's see, I couldn't even repeat how much. Oh, I had to back it up here. How much did you pay Heather to compliment? Oh, girl, I don't have. She doesn't have to pay me anything. Jackie and I have known each other now for about almost 2 years, and I learned so much
Easily.
from her. I really do. Jackie does explain well. Oh, thank you. But yeah, this is like Jackie's passion. I think you said this is what you can tell when you talk about the tarot and you talk about the cards. You glow. You get
Yeah.
excited. You love
Yeah,
it.
I do. I
And
do. I do.
so you can tell um, yeah, the beautiful outfits. Oh, all the comments. Okay, so nose to the grind, highly intelligent, can see right to things. Yep,
Yeah, absolutely.
and for sure. Alrighty, so on to the next jockey.
I was just looking at my notes too from my cheat sheet that I made up. So I'm sure you know the queens are water anyway. So
Mm-hmm,
it's water of air. So it's that balance there between logic and between the heart, Motherly, I would always see this as kind of you or I or any, it could be a male too, obviously, but someone who just has that kind of motherly, creative kind of energy to them.
mm-hmm,
Um, the element or the what's what you call star sign of Libra, keywords mediator, decisive, compassionate, known as the businesswoman, which is
mm.
interesting because of
Which is also you.
yeah, yeah. But you were saying things there a while ago as well, from that last book that you were reading of, and made me think of businesswoman. Advice: don't you dare lower your voice for anyone, which I thought was cool.
Ooh.
And personality type: intelligent, writer, communicative, yet cold. It says here, cuts through the BS. Absolutely.
Yep, and I can tell you for sure that Jackie does not take BS, and she sees right through it, and she will cut through it. I've seen her do it.
I
So
do. I
love
do
it.
know.
But it's
Yeah.
not out
Yeah.
of it's not out of cruelty. Sometimes I think too, for me, the Queen of Swords, Jackie, you might agree, she's the one that you go to or you tap into when you have to set boundaries.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Clear and
Yeah.
concise boundaries. And hello, Chris.
Hi,
This is
Chris.
Chris. So, alrighty, what else you got?
Um. Yeah, we know all those ones. Right. So this is, oh Jesus, trying to remember what decks I have, lads. I actually look, pulling out Queen of Swords today, I realized I have more decks than I thought I had. I found some ones in places that I'd forgotten about.
There we
Tarot
go.
of the Longest Dream is this one. So not the traditional colors or anything, but kind of all the main symbology is there. We don't have, do we have butterflies? We don't. We don't have butterflies, but I know, yeah. Do you know what we have instead though? I suppose like we have this kind of what looks like a spinning wheel here,
Mhm.
in the back, which is like, you know, she's going to kind of cut through the BS and kind of make things move.
Like a
And
wheel of fortune kind of too.
yeah,
She's like
you
the
know,
justice, the wheel of fortune, and
yeah, yeah. She's going to cut through the BS and make happen what she wants to make happen, you know.
mhm.
There's the traditional you know, birds flying in the background and stuff like that, which are all about freedom. She kind of creates her own freedom. We have the, where is it? The tree blowing in the background there, like in the
Life
life preserver. No.
preserver. Oh,
Hmm.
when I saw that, I was thinking of actually hard candy. You know, the peppermint hard candies.
Oh yeah.
They're cold. They're minty. Okay.
And there's like what are they? Are they stalactites or stalagmites? Stalactites. I don't know which one. Anyway, whichever one's
Stalagmites.
there.
Yeah, whichever the
Icicles.
ones
There's
that hang upside
icicles.
down. Or icicles. Yeah, there you go.
Let's go with icicles. There's icicles too there to kind of portray the coldness a bit, but like I said, the queens are water, so there is that heart chakra energy as well. She's not just a cold-hearted bitch. She is a bit of both, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I like that symbology there too. But
She's
yeah,
a
I she
cold-hearted snake.
she is a very pretty I like this Queen of Swords as well.
And says here, oh, wait a minute.
More
Oops.
quirky, maybe eccentric.
Centric,
Yeah,
yes. And then Chris
yeah,
said winter, the slowest path water takes in the year. So, okay, yeah. With
yeah,
the ice.
yeah.
Very cool. That's what we
Very
like
much a
people
wintry
sharing.
scene. True,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Yeah. So I like that Queen of Swords too, even though it's not traditional colours or anything, but you
Mm-hmm.
know, I like it. Do you want to go do the next one?
Um, I can. I'll keep, because right now they're just small little, snippets from my books that I'm going to share. So let me just jump really quick. And what I think I'll do is I'll embiggen myself
And
just
begin
show
yourself.
to show the art. And this is from my Artist Decoded. And I'll show the front of the cover for that. I have the Queen. This is the Queen of Swords, and
Oh,
it
lovely.
retains some. It's got the now her head's in the clouds, but at the same time, I kind of like how the sword is cutting through the clouds as well.
Yeah.
So those are the beautiful colors. I absolutely love this deck. So I will take myself down off the biggie for that. And so the Artist Decoded goes through the Kabbalah and everything. So, and it also gives you creative prompts. I'm going to, skip over those, but it says here, I like this. The Queen of Sword exemplifies self-reliance. I don't think we've mentioned that yet. I know it's about independence and independence of thought and clarity, but self-reliance and rationality. This person is incredibly confident and can cut through emotional haze with logic and precision. I like how they wrote that in there like that. Perceived as cold hearted because of their detachment, iciness, or
Yeah.
overly critical nature. So the little bit of your icicles. But it says here, if this card appears in your reading, it reminds you to embrace your intellectual prowess and to be mindful of letting your emotions cloud your judgment. Slice through illusions and clearly communicate your message or needs, but remain mindful of your temperature. This card asks you to find strength in assertiveness, but also remember warmth in the process because she can get a little cool. But yeah, that is
Interesting.
that Queen
That's
of
lovely.
Swords, and I'm going to hand it over to Melly's here. Hey Mel,
She is. And Saskia. Hey, Saskia.
Saskia Kelly Spera. Hello, my dear. For people who don't know what that means, that's saying hello in Greek. And Saskia's in Greece. So Kalispera, my dear. And so welcome everybody. And
Female Hercules.
you're never late. And the Queen of Swords reminds me of the female Hercules. I forgot her name. Hercules. I don't know, but I can kind of think of Wonder Woman. The Amazon, powerhouse. So, all righty. Thank you, everybody, for joining Jackie and I today.
Yeah.
We appreciate you.
I have, I'm just going to show you the back first. This is the Terra Nefertari. I love the backs as well. They're beautiful. This is a very simple, there's no kind of background or anything. Well, other than that amazing gold foiling. But this is our Terra Nefertari. You all read swords as air, yes? Yeah, I do anyway. Yeah, I know people do read them the other way around, which is weird to me.
Yeah,
but yeah, I read it.
Swords.
Yeah. People do. I hate Kristen. So this is the Terra Nefertari. Not much detail other than the queen herself and the sword in front of her, but it's a beautiful deck. I don't use this very much, but the images are beautiful. I kind of got this really more for the fact that it's just beautiful Egyptian imagery, because I really love Egyptian documentaries and stuff. So I just got this to look at the pretty images.
Oh, Zena, she was trying to say.
Oh, yeah. Zena warrior princess. Yeah.
Huh? So that's right, Chris. You're from Australia.
Swords
I think you
fire.
Said. Oh, well, you got to relate to however works for you, but very cool. Very interesting.
Yeah. I know people read them the opposite way around. Yeah, I don't. I've heard that more than once. This is the oh my God, what is it? Someone tell me. Everyday witch. Above, below. So more or less traditional imagery too. We don't have butterflies again, but she is sitting there on her beautiful throne. There's more or less clear skies outside, and she has her cat, her confidant, with her, and she's holding that sword up, and she looks like a woman who knows her stuff. She knows what she does want and what she doesn't want, and she's ready to make shit happen, let's say. She has she has all her scrolls there with all her information. The King of Swords in this deck has I think there's like a wall of books in the background, but here she has her scrolls, so she's ready to create, because queens are about creation. So yeah, she's ready to oh, there's a broom there, actually. Look, a witch's broom.
Very cool.
Interesting. It's funny, I've had this deck a few years. She has a feather. Oh my God, for writing. What's it called?
A quill. A writing quill.
So she's there ready to make
in reversal position. Is that
to make
Sylvia?
plans.
I don't know, girl. I don't know where you got that from.
In reversal position, is that Bloody Mary?
I don't know if you're being serious or if you're just joking, but it is an interesting illustration. Yes. And let's see, Melly says, the one that confuses me is when you put the seasons with the suits.
There are
lots, like we were talking about yesterday.
We were talking about that yesterday. So what do you think, Melly? Like I consider wands to be spring, cups summer, pentacles autumn, and swords winter, because the swords suit are all dark and dreary, and you think a sword's going to be cold. So I just think of swords as winter, So that's what I look at them, but they are very different. I know that.
Queen Mary from Scotland. That's what she was referring
to. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to share a couple.
Do?
All righty. So, of course, from my Hush Tarot, which is going to be completely different than any traditional representation, because now we're going into, really the other decks. And this is the Queen of Swords from his deck. And let me just, he does include birds. We have some crows here. And I'm actually just going to hold this up while I read his little blurb on it, because I love how he talks about the animals and the decay and all the natural cycles of life. So here, his main word for her is confidence. The crow represents the boisterous discord and everyday distractions. With a very focused vision, the queen has controlled the chaos of emotional turmoil. She willingly bears the scars of a life of learning. I love that. And I'm going to repeat that because
Yeah.
I love it so much. She willingly bears the scars of a life of learning. Her mask is merely decorative. She has no need to hide. She is always willing to see other points of view and to remain impartial. So that is the Queen of Swords from the Hush Tarot by Jeremy Hush. He is the artist and the writer, and I can't get enough of that deck. And I'm just going to jump to a second one,
Do
and so let's see,
what have we here?
Karen's. Oh, hear me. Let me just back up a little bit. Um, so because I'm seeing, hi Karen, hi group. I agree, Jackie. I guess with your seasons, for me,
I'd
swords are
imagine.
more of spring. I see,
Oh,
the freshness of air, the cool crisp of the morning as the sun is starting to get higher and higher. For me, summer because of the wands being like with our wands yesterday, the desert, the heat, the sun, the hotness.
yeah.
I see wands as fire. For me, I see the cups as autumn, watery, moving into the western part of like the medicine wheel, going in, and you're starting to
Huh.
dream. You're tapping into your intuition, and then for me, the pentacles because it's an earthy. I relate that to the earth to the north. So yeah, we all have different
Interesting,
ways
isn't
of.
it?
Yeah, we resonate, and she looks a bit icy. That coolness she can have. Yes, let's see. And Chris also said the other decks with an eyebrow raised. Love it. Yep. Some of them can get a little cheeky. Let's see. Karen says my favorite Queen of Swords is the Morgan Greer Tarot. She is stunning. I don't have that deck, but I'll have to look her up, Karen. And Melly says I think fire wands should be autumn, earth pentacles as spring, water cups this summer. Interesting. Air and
Yeah.
swords this winter. Just my opinion, though, makes sense to me. For me, the way I associate too with those is because I let people know I follow kind of like a pagan, Celtic pagan wheel of year, and also a little bit. I've studied some of the medicine wheel with native traditions. So a lot of times, I still have that natural breeding and thought process and association by those different spiritual traditions. But um, really, we relate to them as best as we can, and that's how we do our readings. And that's how we connect with our cards, and we bond spiritually and energetically. And there we go. I'm an eyebrow. Yes, if people watch when Karen reads, you see her little eyebrow go up. I
Yeah,
love
yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's hysterical, Karen. I love it. It's like the Stephen Colbert. You know how he does his little eyebrows. But actually, that was based on Stephen Colbert. That eyebrow raise, from what they said, they made that emoji just for him. So, and just really quick, Care Bear barter cards. Yes, ma'am. I keenly watch the undertone of the third eye. I like that. So, ready for a stunning Queen of Swords. In the Collect Bear and Read deck, the Good
Oh
Tarot,
yeah.
the queen they're referred to as air, and I just gotta, she's absolutely stunning. She's like, I think one of my favorites, if not my favorite. Look at her. And what I love is the age too. They give her the age, she's older, she has that wisdom. I love the owl for wisdom as well. The beautiful feathers, the colors, I mean, my god, I just, Jenna Della I love her. And here it's about, like we were talking about earlier, and I didn't see this until now, setting healthy boundaries, Jackie, like I mentioned before. So she mentions
Yeah.
that in here. Strong self esteem, calculated and shrewd decisions, a wordsmith. So, Karen, tapping into the Queen of Swords when you want to play around with your poetry. And there are wonderful little affirmations or quotes that you can say when you see this card. I have clarity of purpose. My intentions are in alignment with my understanding. There is always a strategy in the game called life. Can I let go of false truths and be rigorously honest with myself and others. Just look at, isn't that just beautiful? That face.
I love
My
the owls
God,
as
the
well.
artwork. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, oh. So, alrighty. So I'm going to give it back over to Miss Jackie. But let's quickly see here. I associate them by the cardinal signs of each season in order: spring, Aries; summer, Cancer; autumn, Libra; and with your Capricorn. And for people who don't know, Karen is studying astrology. She's getting really good at it, and so she adds that to, as another layer to her readings. The Matrix is the female trinity, a Queen of Swords. I'm not sure. It's been a long time since I've
Yeah.
seen that movie, but Shan loves it. Let's see. Just making sure there's an interesting connection. Oh, that's an interesting connection. Clover Foresight. And for people who don't know, that's Sylvia. I can see elements of the Queen of Swords in her. Yes. Is that like a female shaman who would use arrow and bows? My deck, I don't know. For me, she's, with air, messengers, clarity, communication, wisdom. I don't know about a bow and arrow, but it's possible. And hello, Dina. Dina just popped in, and let's see. And what you got next for us, Jackie?
So I have the Queen of Swords from the Souls on Fire tarot. This one's called. Um, so we have a beautiful purple background. We have She has this beautiful green dress. So, like I said, the queens are water. So this green dress, green relates to the chakra. So, or sorry, the chakra, the heart chakra. So that brings in that water element, that love and emotions and whatnot. Um, we also have the butterflies are on the dress.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love it. I
This is
love it,
very
Sylvia.
whimsical.
This is a very kind of a cartoony deck. I love it. She has this amazing red hair, this fiery red Irish hair, which I love.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and she's holding the sword up, and she has, it's very, yeah, whimsical is the good word, with the leg up. Um,
She's got a leg
yeah,
up on you.
yeah, she does. Like, she doesn't have the throne, obviously, or the clouds in the background and that kind of thing, but she still looks like a fierce warrior ready to kick some ass and do what she gotta do.
Well,
Reminds me of
yes,
Phineas and Ferb's sister Candace.
I don't know who those people are or characters are.
Yeah, I know the names, but I can't remember them.
Let's
Hey,
see. And
Flowing.
Flowing is here. Hello, my
Hey,
dear.
Allison.
Hey, girl. Hey, Allison. I didn't know you were on the other night. I'm gonna have to check and watch some of that. Good to see you, my dear. Karen, Trinity is very Aquarian to. Oh, so they're talking about Trinity again. Very Aquarian to me. So Queen of Swords for sure. There you go. And Magus, hello,
Hey.
Magus. How are you? Hey, girl. Hey. Oh yeah. I'm checking. Oh my girl. All righty. So
So that's that one. And I have oh my God, Tarot of the Vampires.
here, let me
Trying
put
to
you up. So
remember what is what. So, other than the throne, very traditional. The only thing is holding the sword down in this one, which is interesting.
true.
Yeah. Is that it's not an owl, it's like an eagle or something on the shoulder here. But we have this beautiful moon. We have the lovely street lamps lit up, lighting the way and stuff. Obviously, this is a vampire deck, so most of the cards are kind of more middle of the night kind of imagery. So we don't have that bright blue sky in the background, but it is interesting though how the sword is down, because the sword up is always I heard someone saying once that a sword held up in the tarot means that, like, a decision has been made and they're ready to move forward, whereas the
Mhm.
sword down means that they haven't kind
Yep.
of,
The sword is down and the truth is in question.
oh yeah, absolutely,
Very
yeah.
t- yes.
Yeah.
I like that.
So it's
Makes sense.
interesting that it's like this in the Tarot of the Vampires.
And my
So
last
I
deck
love.
didn't have a sword.
Oh
She had an owl.
yeah, yeah. So I love that. I love that. So, what do you have for us?
So my
I'm
last
fine.
one is the Ethereal
Mm.
Tarot. Of course, this is going to be a darker deck. And there is no sword. Well, there kind of looks like there's a sword because this is an AI deck, but it's still quite powerful. And this is the Queen of Swords
Oh yeah.
from this deck right
Wow.
here. And just really amazing. The colors. I mean, I just, it's not a deck for a faint of heart. This is really good for doing like paranormal readings, at some point an investigative tarot reading, working with shadow. But Vixen had a very hard time I'm sure it was hard, but he had a lifetime for a while on the streets, having to survive and being an escort. And also, when he did get off the streets and got into spirituality and started learning tarot, a lot of his experiences working with the trauma and the shadow from his youth he brought forward. But he always loves to balance the dark with the light. He says because you can't have both without the other; they balance. And so one of his words that stands out to me is honesty, and in a negative would be malicious. So they can be malicious.
Huh.
It says the Queen of Swords reigns over all that is intellectual, independent in nature. She is a judge over all that is right. None can deceive her. So I like that.
Yeah.
So stressing the importance of gathering all the facts before coming up with this decision, choosing mind over heart. So, yeah, she can be emotionalist. She can have harsh nature. She's probably like one of those tough love moms, or teachers,
Yeah.
care about you. We want to I mean, I had a teacher in college who would be exactly the Queen of Swords. She was very nurturing with your art, but she called you out on BS, or what are you doing? This is not how you usually work. Where are you going with this? Are you sure? You know what I mean? She really, but then
Yeah.
she could take a step back. Her name is Connie. She could take a step back and go, okay, but yes, I see what you're doing. She can be, compassionate. It's just really interesting how you start to relate people in your life when you really start
Absolutely.
getting used to,
Yeah.
the uh, the court cards. So, but yeah, those are all of my cards I want. Did you have any more that you wanted to share?
I have a few more that I'll just fly through.
Okay,
Yeah, I have this is
it's
the cheeky
Cheeky
tarot,
Tarot. There we go.
which I'm sure you all know if you've seen my channel because I love this. So
Vanilla.
this is just very traditional other than the there's a bird on the back of the throne, but otherwise everything is there. The oh, hold on now, the moon. The Yeah, the moons aren't there. But anyway, everything else is there. This is very cute. I love this image. Cute, huh?
Mm-hmm.
This one then is the tattoo tarot,
Oh,
which yeah, like she is cool. This is my husband got me this for Christmas last year, and it was only when I opened it he realized it was well, not that he knew what they're called, but he didn't realize it was oh my god, words, Pip Deck, a Pip Deck. But I
and you love
actually like
Pip decks.
yeah, I'm not a Pip
No,
Deck
no.
girl, as you all know. However, this is actually a really cool deck because now I don't have it on me to show you, but the symbology is all there. Like normally you say for three of swords, you just have the three swords, whereas they actually have hidden some of the symbology within the image as well. So it's not a full image, but it's not just a Pip Deck either. They're actually quite cool. So I had to convince him that I did like the deck, but I mean this is epic. Look at this Queen of Swords. She is ready
Hmm.
for action.
Like
Like
I said backstage, that's very like Morrigan,
yeah,
picking up that sword, and I think Allison got that too, this year.
did she?
The tattoo. I know she had to leave because she was going back to work, but
Oh, did
yeah, I
she?
think
Oh,
she
okay.
has that. Yeah, and so I have.
Sandy asked, "What's a Pip Deck?" A Pip Deck is just where there's no images, like on the Rider-Waite-Smith, so that if the three of swords, there'll just be three swords crossed, and then the four of swords will just be four swords, and that's it. No proper full images on the cards.
I have one of those decks. So instead of people, so okay, like this would be really quick. So there's no images. There's just you
Yeah.
know, there's no people in the picture. It's just the suits. I'm surprised I didn't think of bringing this one out. And Karen, it was so weird. I just saw you talking about the Ace of Swords being down.
Yeah.
The Ace of
Yeah.
Swords in this deck is pointed down. That's
Oh yeah.
interesting. But
Huh.
the artwork on this deck though is beautiful. I mean, there are a few, faces in there, but what they did with oh, Jackie, I just want to take a quick minute if you don't mind. I
Phew.
completely forgot about this deck. So with the core cards, they associated with animals. And I'm trying to remember which bird. Um, so let me see. For the queen, for the pentacles, they put cows. Because cows were considered also goddess energy. So the king is the bull, but where is the queen of? Oh, and I got to share really quick. Look at that moon card. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that card. So yeah, let's see. Queen of Cups. Nope, we're doing Queen of Swords. And watch, it's going to be at the other side of the deck that I just had in my hand. Here we go. It's like a crane or a heron. This is just beautiful. And it is pointing down, yes, but I absolutely love how they put the birds. So you got the king is also a crane or a heron. So just really
Huh.
beautifully done. I love. Jackie's like, yeah. See how she
You're not
got
going to convince
really.
me.
She's like, how she got really quiet. But there was something I saw up here that I like that Chris pointed out. Vampire is on
Yeah,
higher ground. If the
I
field
saw
was
that.
level, it might not be pointing down. So
Yeah.
very insightful. And yeah, she don't play that one that you were sharing. Not many
Yeah.
decks do that with the ace, but I've seen it. And let's see, Melly says one of my favorite Queen of Swords. She's pointing her sword down. It's a beautiful queen too. The Wizard's Tarot by Barbara
Oh
Warren.
yes.
Um, let's see. She feels like a mix of cups and fire to me. Yeah, she doesn't play for sure. Nope. And Karen's like Pips, lol.
Nah.
Um, she
No.
says now that card reminds you of Zena. So we
Look
were
at this.
okay. So, yep.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Look at this. This is cool.
I got to put you on the from the 70s.
This is called the, oh good lord, Inwal Garat. Don't ask me if that's the correct pronunciation or not. But it's all in Italian, and there's all sorts of crazy symbols around the edges. There's like these symbols as if they're like playing cards, and then there's random numbers. Well, I know that the cards in the tarot deck are in some books numbered kind of 0 to 78 anyway, kind of a thing or whatever. But um so we have Regina de Spade here, the Queen of Swords. Um, look at her; she's pretty cool,
Mm-hmm.
sitting on her throne and her boobs out. um, we have the astrological symbols here. We have dates here. We have is it Hebrew letters? I think here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We have what else? There's all sorts of random
So she's
Italian
saying with
words here.
Scorpio. That's interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah. The
yeah,
Scorpio is considered a water sign.
yeah. So yeah, this is a pretty cool deck. This was a birthday gift I got. This is out of stock. What's the word? Out of print. But this was a birthday present. I don't know, about 2 years ago from a friend of mine. He knew I
And I
was mad
remember
about
that
my
color
tarot.
and that art from the 70s.
Yeah,
We remember
and the
that, don't we?
backs are actually cool too. Look,
Oh my, I got to put you on the back. I got to see that closely. Oh,
they're
wow.
really, yeah, cool, isn't it?
Yes, I like that. I don't know what it says.
I don't, yeah, I don't know either. but it's a proper looking. She's actually like a mermaid, which I'm allergic to in tarot cards. But anyway, when they make the Queen of Cups
Allergic.
a mermaid, I'm allergic. But
Yeah.
anyway, I mean, it's a cool image. She's there sitting on a seashell, and she has her wings and everything. I
Yeah.
mean,
It
it's
seems like everything's an- uh,
oh
angels, mermaids, and unicorns. So, oh, let me put your
yeah,
up again. What you got?
and that seems to be a snake too around her. Why can't I make a circle? Oh my God, wrong way. There we go.
There you go.
It's very hard to do things backwards, lads. So anyway, I just wanted to show you a quick look at that, and I have two left. So I have the Queen of Swords from the why can't I? Queen Alice Tarot. There we go. It says it on the side of the book. Queen Alice Tarot. I was saying the something else earlier on, and it just didn't feel
And that's
right.
Dame Darcy, right?
Dame Darcy, yes. So the info in the book is a bit strange, kind of. It's as if I was saying to Heather backstage, it's as if it's translated from some other language, but it says her wisdom cuts through her sadness, is born of pain. That doesn't make sense, but anyway, she is the picture of the widow. Her will and intelligence help her to honestly transform her strife into knowledge. She lives in the here and now, accepting fate and having faith. So that's interesting. And there she is. This is a real have her cake and eat it too
Me
kind of
too.
image, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because she's there with her big chocolate cake. Yes,
Now I
she
want a piece of
for some
chocolate
reason.
cake. I'll probably get one tonight.
Don't be blaming me if you do.
I'll take a picture and send it to you.
The last one, which I had forgotten about until you asked me for it, Heather. Um, the Queen of Swords from the Pulp Girls Tarot, which I love the images in this. They're real 60s groovy chick kind of images. So just there's only a small bit of info in this book. Get all the facts before drawing your conclusions. Very interesting. Not to kind of make quick, rash decisions without getting all the information first, you know. Reflection questions. Does the energy around me align with my values? How can I communicate my needs better? Affirmation. I receive the energy I put into the universe. And then there's just upright and reversed. Judgments based on facts, selective about sharing time and energy, very important. That's to do with putting up boundaries, which I've gotten pretty good at, I have to say.
Yeah.
Constructive criticism, which is very the reason that makes sense to me, because the reason she's constructive criticism is because of the queens being the water element. So she's not just giving clear cut advice, kind of cold hearted advice, because she is also the water element. So she is giving you advice from the heart. So that makes sense. Reversed need for objectivity, cold, detached attitude, manipulative, bitter energy. So all some things to look at when you're pulling the Queen of Queen of Swords. So I love her too. She's beautiful. So that's all my Queen of Swords anyway, lads.
All righty. And so I've been highlighting a few Queen of Swords, Ultimate Shadow Work cards. Just seeing that with a few queens now as patterns. Very interesting. And then Karen said, but it's piercing a luminary. So there may be a point there. I'm not sure which one of the cards you were referring to, but I wanted to share that. I don't like tarot designs where I have to think too hard which card it represents. Yes. I
Yeah.
like creativity, yet that can be easily seen which card. Exactly. I get it, Sylvia. Totally, totally. And Chris is just enjoying. I love esoteric discussion.
Yeah.
Like Karen. And then she's like, then we will be great friends. That was great, Heather and Jackie. Thank you. You are so welcome. Always insightful for sure. And Chris, also, I reckon I'm onto something. Third card depicting a queen in a desert, no water scenario. I'm convinced cups interact with swords in a specific way within tarot. I'm not sure if I'm following that. In dessert or a desert?
Oh,
I just saw dessert. I'm like cake.
Everyone's
Yeah.
talking about food.
And Dina says, I'm Scorpio, and so do not feel like water. I've always felt more earthy. Interesting.
Huh.
Emperor Queen, yes, and I am hungry.
Woman, do you know your rising
or to
sign
switch.
because like my rising sign is Virgo, which is the Knight of Pentacles. So I would very much relate to Knight of Pentacles too, like,
Yep. If you
you
can,
know.
if you know your birth time, you can put that in there.
Yeah.
You can get your rising, and you can get your moon. So with me, with
She,
Sag, two fires, because I'm Aries rising, and then Pisces moon. But
oh,
then I have like 3 or 4 placements of Scorpio in my chart, which is more water. So it's kind of like that
huh.
fire and water, and I'm like, where's the
Oh
earth?
yeah.
Where's the earth? you know. Um, so we're at 1:55. Are you doing good, Jackie?
I am.
So Jackie and I were discussing maybe doing police of a car. So do you want to do individual, or do you want to do one for the collective?
Well, I don't mind. I don't mind. You decide.
So
I'm
we
gonna use my
came up
tiles.
with a, oh my god, the tiles. I can even hear.
Woohoo!
Oh my goodness. Anybody ever wants to get me a really wonderful Christmas gift? But never mind. No, it's like they're like 275 US, but oh my god, they're so worth it. The artwork, everything is just amazing.
But listen,
Uh
you know what I did last year? Like I did a live 2 weeks before my birthday. I did readings. I asked people to send me a few euro donation, and I got the deck I wanted with the money that I raised just about 120 euro, I think, within the hour.
wow.
So like do that. Do you know what I mean?
Very cool. And I am going to pull from, let me grab my deck here, my collect, bear, and read. Or do I want a more traditional?
She wants these tiles. I'll show you, Sylvia.
Oh, Sylvia,
So
here, let me put her on the, look at these beautiful tiles.
Jamie Sawyer turned her Sawyer Redux deck into these hexagonal tiles. She has them in rectangular tiles as well, but the hexagonal ones are just to die for. So Heather is mad to get
Yes.
these.
Oh
So
my God.
as I
But
keep
no,
telling people, if you do a live and do a few paid readings and get little donations for some card pulls, it
well, I
all you
need
can.
tires first. So my donations that I get, I'm keeping on my PayPal card to raise for my tires. But
Fashion
yes, that
woman.
is going to be by Tina. So if anybody would like for us to pull cards, this is the question in regards to the Queen of Swords. Where do I need to communicate my emotions more clearly? So if anybody would like,
I need to communicate my emotions more clearly.
and I'm just going to shuffle here. And I'm looking at my Hush Tarot though too, and I'm like, oh,
Excuse me.
it's like, don't leave me out. And I'm just so like not, skulls and human bones, but this deck,
Sylvia.
Sylvia. So we'll start off with Sylvia.
So what are we doing? Are one of us doing a reading for each person, or what are we doing?
No, we'll pull a card for
Yeah.
whoever wants one.
No, but as in the two of us pull a card for Sylvia.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
probably
Right.
pull a top and a bottom, and then maybe a middle. Me with the threes.
Where do I need to communicate my emotions more clearly? So yeah, because I'm just trying to piece it together here. I have the Seven of Wands. So this is about you letting other people kind of dictate to you, and you need to put up your boundaries. You need to ward people off. You need to tell people that like this is about defending yourself, you know. So you need to communicate your emotions more clearly to people. Tell them, look, this is what I want, this is what I believe, whatever it is, and this is how it's going to be. And you need to stand up for yourself and put up your boundaries, Sylvia. So let me know if that makes sense.
All righty.
How to become a good Queen of Swords. Hey, Unicorn.
Hey, unicorn. So that's what Jackie got for you, Sylvia. And so I pulled from the top and I got the strength card. So, where do I
Ooh.
need to communicate my emotions more clearly? Standing in your truth, standing in your strength. This kind of goes with Jackie's
Yeah,
Seven of Wands, standing in
yeah,
your power. And in his deck,
absolutely.
he's got all these, like moths and bees flying around, kind of distracting her. The strength card you see the thread being wound. You see some of her pieces are broken off, but still she's standing strong. She's standing firm. She's got what he says war paint on her face. So it's staying focused, staying in your truth, and being able to because the strength card is about being able to kind of tame that wild side, that anger side more, so when you find that balance, you get also the Ace of Pentacles. And this is beautiful. And the Ace of Pentacles is, gifts. That beautiful dove has the key in its mouth. So when you stand in your truth and you stand in and you control those reactions. So with her, with the Queen of Wands, I mean Swords, it's like think before you act, be clear, think before you feel. So with that Strength card going in with the Ace, that will be your gift. You will be able to receive more. You will be able to accept more. More things will come to you, and that beautiful. You have the key. The bird has the key in its beak, and that hand is reaching for. So that's what I have for you, my dear. And so Chris would like one. And I'm going to pull from a different deck for Chris.
Hey, Carl.
Carl has this year? Carl! Well, Carl, we've been discussing the Queen of Swords. This has been a very specific show that we're doing. It's part of the Queen's Chamber series. We've been discussing the energy of the Queen of Swords and sharing their cards and what she represents. So this is our themed question that we are doing. So if you, I'm going to go ahead and add you, but I just wanted to let you know that this was these questions, these readings are very specific to the show that Jackie and I just did. So alrighty, let me take Carl down. Let me put Chris back. Nope, that's not taking Carl down. I'm putting Chris. Chris, where are you? There we go. Come back to me, Chris.
There's Chris. I have the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is about divine timing, and it might be that you need to have patience because sometimes we're on top of the wheel, sometimes we're trying to climb our way back up, and sometimes we're falling down. So it's about having the patience and waiting for our time to come. So where do I need to communicate my emotions more clearly? This is saying to me that like you need to possibly tell us if I'm right. You may need to communicate to others what it is you want to make happen in your life. It might be that you have things you want that you haven't discussed with other people, but maybe it affects other people. So it might be just that you need to have a discussion with said people. Let us know if that makes sense.
Alrighty, so I'm going to look to see if what
Let's do the
Sylvia said. She said that makes sense actually. Alrighty,
good
and she
stuff.
said yes, and she says also very timely.
Ooh.
So thank you. And yes, Carl is in Manila and it's 3 a.m. My goodness.
Ah,
Alrighty. So, Chris, what I got was from the top, where do I need to communicate my emotions more clearly? Ooh, dude, thinking clearly again, too, before jumping ahead. I got the Five of Fire, which is the
huh,
Five of Wands. In a Colette's deck, it's kind of presented softly, but the Five of Wands is representing, kind of conflict, chaos. This could be maybe within ourselves. So this is
yeah.
where I'm thinking we're going to focus.
Huh,
Um, the thoughts. I just feels like there is a lot of thoughts going on, a lot of energy. Different ideas kind of like combating around in your head, because wands are about fire, and so we want to be able to temper that fire, you know get grounded enough where we can use that Queen of Swords energy, to communicate more of what these ideas, like taking the conflicts. I don't want to say taking the conflicts, but kind of like cutting through them and kind of separating them and seeing, kind of maybe making a list and seeing which where you want to start working with them. And at the bottom of the deck, I got the Ace of Wands, another fire. So when you do that, like the other one was an ace, to go with the top card. So with the ace of fire
Mm.
is when you do that, when you are able to see clearly and communicate your thoughts and your feelings and your desires and your passions clearly, then that ace of wands becomes single and you're able to grasp that energy and then move forward with it. So I hope that resonates with you. All right, you
And
got
that
to
ties
run.
totally in. That ties totally in with my
Very
Wheel of
cool.
Fortune. I
All
like it.
righty. So let's
Hope that
see.
makes sense, Chris.
Well, Chris says, hmm. Chris is a man of few words. All righty. And
Together, that
together.
was epic. Yay.
All righty.
Love it.
Oh my, oh my, you have Jackie? Okay, I'm a handful. He says, perfect. Thank you. Okay, so bye, Karen. Thank you for being here. Have a good show, sweetheart. And so Carl is next. So Carl,
I think you skipped Unicorn, did you? Unicorn asked for one
um,
too.
yeah, she's on the list. Unicorn is after Carl.
Okay. Jackie, I love your Sinead O'Connor accent. Thanks.
Oh, what a loss.
I know, yeah.
But we had to lose her. We've been losing a lot of
So,
amazing people lately.
Carol. Yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
Ooh.
You want to
Go
go?
on, you go first. Do
Oh,
you
you
go
go?
first?
Okay, so Carl, top. So, where do I need to communicate my emotions more clearly? With your emotions. I got the Five of Water, which is the Five of Cups, and it's about sadness, grief, depression. So, really, I don't know if you have a outlet where you can find someone to talk to help you process through emotions like grief, sadness. I know that this is something that you've been working on. Um, because when we're able to articulate and communicate our emotions in a healthy manner, it's almost kind of like a shadow kind of work. I don't know if you have a counselor that you speak to, or you have a trusted friend or confidant. Um, and you can also use it as a form of journaling too, writing down how you feel, communicating with your own inner self, your own soul. I did get the bottom, the Eight of Earth, which is the Eight of Pentacles. So it feels like this is something that you've been working on, or you've been trying to focus on working. So, with the beautiful cello, I just love how she used the cello because the cellos are very deep, they're very grounding, they're very vibratory. So it's about really getting grounded, listening to your inner voice, getting in touch with your emotions, and really seeing if you can find somebody that you can communicate these emotions and what you are working through, what you are working through emotionally with whatever this is recent past or if this is a current something that you're going through, but just getting really grounded and find somebody that you can talk to articulate your emotions clearly, tapping into that queen, to be able to maybe have people see you past whatever this emotion, this depression, this heaviness or sadness that you are experiencing or can't seem to let go of. So I'm going to end it there and I'll give it over to Jackie.
Um, I just had to Google something there quickly for Carol because I started sneezing. So I Googled
Bless
it,
you.
right? I said symbolism of sneezing, right? Because I just thought it might mean something, right? So there's a few different options here. So let me know, Carol, what makes sense. Various cultures interpret sneezing as a sign of someone talking about you, the release of negative energy, or an omen of impending good fortune. Sneezing twice, this is hilarious. Sneezing twice might symbolize a need for reconciliation in a relationship. So I sneezed twice. So let me know if that makes sense. While sneezing 8 times could herald forthcoming good luck. So let me know if any of that makes sense, because
I have never heard someone use sneezing as a form of divination. You're so badass.
isn't that?
That is
Well, you see,
awesome.
I did 2 levels of mediumship.
And you said
So
true.
when you're doing a reading for someone, you see, with mediumship,
Yep.
every feeling or sense in the body that comes up
Yes.
is something. Like, I was doing a reading once, and it was through Zoom because it was the first year of lockdown, and it was the person that I had coming through was for our teacher, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said to him at one point, I said, lads, my body is warm, but my feet are stone cold. And I said, I know what I want to say, but my throat is feeling all choked up and I can't verbalize the words.
Yeah.
And he said, oh my God, I know exactly what you're talking about. He said, ask more questions and find out what it's about, you know. And he said, if you don't get it, and I'll tell you at the end, because we were only in training, so he wasn't kind of pushing us too much at this point. But basically, the person had, oh, what's that thing where you don't have blood flow, proper blood flow in your system? So,
Lymphedema. I know I have that in my legs. Where it's like a
uh,
backflow circulation. So yeah,
it's circulation
circulation.
problems, yeah. And with the cold feet, he said she couldn't walk at the end, and she had
Yeah.
lost her voice. She was unable to speak near the end. So I was getting all the sensations, you see. So just as soon as I started, like, I pulled the card, I have the card here. But I was thinking about Carl, and I just started sneezing, and I was like, oh, I'm going to Google it.
And he says that's helping him. He says it's true. Sneezing
Good.
means someone's thinking of you, and I'm so glad you also believe that. And yeah, because I know when I was reading with Marina one time, she started coughing. She was like she couldn't stop coughing. She was like having a hard time getting her breath.
Huh,
And the person we were doing this one person
yeah.
we were reading for, and the person put into chat that she had been in a domestic violence situation, and the significant
Oh,
other kept choking her, was trying to choke
wow.
her, was trying to hurt her,
Jesus
and
Christ.
she
Isn't
couldn't
that
figure out why
crazy?
she kept coughing. She couldn't,
Yeah.
catch her
Yeah.
breath. So that's yeah,
Absolutely.
wow, awesome. All
Huh.
righty.
Cool. So I did pull a card before I started sneezing, and I got the death card. So if you think about your 5 of cups, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's about kind of not focusing on what you've lost, but focusing on what you still have, and focus on moving forward. And the death card is about letting go of things that no longer serve you and focusing on the future and making the
Mm-hmm.
space for new good things to come in. So that all ties in with Heather's reading and with the whole sneezing episode that I had. Do you know?
Yep. And he
So I
says,
love
yeah,
that. Good.
that's awesome.
Good
Girl,
stuff.
we gotta start reading again more often. I
I
mean,
know. Yeah.
and Unicorn says,
Absolutely. Yeah.
anything and everything can be a form of divination if you're creative enough. Like, girl, it's honestly a whole vibe. Though I've used things for divination, probably wouldn't even believe. Yeah, there's all different sorts, and you know who would have a name for it and know it is Ramon. It's like he knows every single form of. And actually, Ginger Faye does smoke readings where she'll take a
Oh
piece of
yeah.
paper, hold it
Huh.
over a flame, but not for it to burn, but the smoke, and then take it away, and then look and scry into the smoke that is on
Yeah.
shapes on the cards. I love it. And then Karen and Ange doing their trinkets. I'm starting to put some of my things
Yeah.
together with bones and stuff. It's exciting. I love that. I love our community. We learn so
We've
much.
it's cool. We even had he gave us a little it was like a tin from chocolates, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And he had about like 2 inches maybe of sand in it, and we had to make an imprint of our hand in the sand and then
Mm-hmm.
pass it around the circle, and everyone had to read the person from the hand imprint in the sand. It was, loads of stuff, like
Oh my God. I wish
loads of
I lived
stuff.
near Jackie. It's like I keep telling Shan, let's move to Ireland.
Do move to Cork, more importantly.
Yeah.
Thanks
So
so much,
next,
Heather and Jackie. No
yes,
problem, Carol.
you're welcome. Get some sleep, my friend. So
So,
unicorn and rainbows.
unicorn. Clearly.
Ooh, let's find out what the cardinal. That's why I love keeping Jeremy's, certain books next to me because I love the interpretations of other. Um, Ooh,
I'm just
okay. So, oh, this is perfect. Can I go first?
you.
So, unicorn, first card I got for you is the Knight of Wands. She's armored up. She's on her cardinal, which represents, and this is amazing, a cardinal is a reminder to be clear and directed in your purpose. So, where do I need to communicate my emotions more clearly? Is by being more clear and directed in your creative endeavors, moving forward, any projects, any um, whether this be creative projects, whether this be a job, whatever it is that you are following through on your, it says here, steel up for your journey and follow through with confidence. In another connection to the Queen of Swords, all about confidence. So when you are focusing on your passions, wanting to move forward as you're continuing on your journey, being very clear and concise in what you want to do, where your focus is, so that you direct forward, so that you are directed. So you go forward. Oh my God, how do I want to say this? What the fuck are words? Uh, so it's a this okay. With this new venture, this new path, staying focused, speaking clearly to the universe with what you want, being directed, taking that energy, that passion, and going forward with that. And at the bottom, I got the 10 of Pentacles, and there she is on her bridge, looking over at everything that is blooming before her. So when you're able to communicate clearly your goals, your plans, your passions, your ideas, you are on your way, and then you will be able to have that fulfillment, and it will all come together. But also being grounded, pentacles are about being grounded as well, securely, financially, spiritually. So making sure you're grounded, but also being concise and clear, speaking forward, especially to spirit. So finally got that out.
That's crazy because you're there talking about the Pentacles energy and being grounded and whatnot, and I had pulled the 10 of Pentacles.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So like I was looking at mine and I was thinking, oh, this is about remaining grounded and kind of,
Hi,
I
John.
suppose, um, like it's the earth energy. It's, for me at least, it's the slowest moving energy. So it's about having patience. It's about, I suppose, sitting down and make. Like, see, people often think the 10 of Pentacles is about inheritance, which it can be seen as, but I like to look at more. Spit it out, Heather. John said.
I
Just
know I'm
kidding.
trying to responding.
um, I got distracted. Sorry. Um, so it's a slow moving energy. It's about having the patience. It's about sitting down and thinking about what you want and making plans. You know. Um, oh, sorry, backtrack. I know what I was saying. So people often see this as inheritance. I prefer to look at it as people putting in the time and effort and the work to grow their own legacy. That's the word. Um, so where do I need to, I'm trying to relate it now to the question, where do I need to communicate my emotions more clearly? So yeah, I suppose it's just about remaining grounded and kind of having time and patience and communicating what it is you want properly to people, you know. Most people are kind of in a swords and fiery energy and wanting to go, 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 whereas this is about taking your time and really planning properly and telling those loved ones around, because this is a family card too. So telling your nearest and dearest what it is you want, you know, and what it is you don't want, and making sure everyone's on the same wavelength. So I hope that makes sense, Unicorn.
All righty.
I love these.
Oh, stop. She keeps going, I love these.
I
Aren't
love
these
these. Oh my
beautiful?
God, look.
Well, actually, when we go out today, I told Shan I want to stop at Michael's and see if they have any wooden hexagonal discs
Oh
or
yeah.
round ones, and maybe paint and play with some of mine. Not tarot, but with my own artwork. So
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, I'm getting
Lovely.
inspired. Oh my God. So everybody's saying hello to John. I like that. Hello, ladies, and a couple guys. So, have you met John?
I have. Yeah, on
Oh,
other
so
chats. Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I met John through I think Amanda's channel, Tropical Empress and Spirits.
Oh,
So
maybe that's where I met him too. Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
and Chris says I'm pulling cards too. This
Yeah.
is great, ladies. Oh, you're welcome. So that was the last request for readings. So, girl, what you got?
Lovely.
I know Rain asked you yesterday what you got going on, and I think you said pretty much nothing. But I know that I just saw your one of your interviews with Benny drop this morning on his channel.
Oh, Jesus, I got no
Uh-huh.
notification. Let me just check that. Okay.
So be sure to go over. That's the Fool's Apprentice, right?
I love Penny. Yeah. Yeah.
And which card was it that I didn't get to see which card it was that you guys were discussing, but
Well, I had done the lovers originally, and then I did. Oh, Jesus, what did I do? Was it Judgment with him? I think we're up to Judgment, so that's probably it.
I'm going to be working
Um.
with him for the Three of Pentacles. So I need
Oh,
to.
lovely. Oh, I love that card. Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's the artist card. So I told him, because typically you see people, an artist, sometimes it's a painter, sometimes a sculptor. And I'm like, I want to do the Three of Pentacles.
Oh, lovely.
Yes, thank you both. This was great. You're welcome. And this is what I went to click on.
I get around.
Yes, you do. So you have anything else, that you're working on this week? I know you and Rain next Monday.
Myself and Rain are doing readings on Monday evening, 6 p.m. GMT, or Irish time, as I like to call it. So that'll be the same
And
as this show now. So what are
what
you?
time?
1 p.m. You're on 1 p.m. GMT or
Yeah,
whatever you're in.
we started at 1, which is
Yeah.
everybody. For people who don't know, Jackie is in Ireland, so she's 5 hours ahead of us. So it's fun when we have to, when we want to do shows
Oh
together. We kind
God.
of gotta. Well, Jonathan Daly, he's in Hawaii, so he's 6 hours behind. So it's like working with people 6 hours behind, 5 hours
Not
ahead.
only that, but he doesn't have any time change, which makes things even more confusing.
Well,
They
you're
don't
in
have time.
Arizona. Yeah.
It's gas, isn't
Oh,
it?
Saskia, you're welcome. So, anything else that you got planned going on?
So
Studies
yeah,
or
readings with Rain on Monday evening. So we're going to do like free one card pulls, or if people want a more extensive, is that the word, reading, we'll be taking donations, and we'll pull a few more cards.
that's what we need to
Tuesday
do.
then is our TTT, so you, me, and Rain on her channel.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I've nothing else planned at the TTT. Nothing else planned at
Yeah.
the moment, but yeah,
We have to do. I've missed Rain with you, so we'll have to
I know.
definitely set something up.
Yeah.
So I have going this week because now I'm using the free StreamYard, so I have 20 hours a month to work with. I might do a pop up using YouTube itself and not StreamYard, but
Oh
I do have
yeah.
Friday with Allison. She actually got a book out of the library last week on haunted areas in Ann Arbor, where she is, and so she may be looking for a place for us to read on. So stay tuned, and that's this
Oh.
Friday at 8 o'clock. So yep, definitely like time travel.
It is.
Hmm.
It is. It
And then
is.
when we have like Chris, I think Chris, you're in Australia or New Zealand, so you're the next day. So you're in the future right now. We pop into the future.
Well, I'm in the
So
future to you too.
I mean the next day because you're still in Wednesday. Chris is like into Thursday now. So
Mad. Huh.
yes. So
Hey,
hello,
Diamond.
Diamond. Yeah, we're just wrapping. I don't know. Do you want to do a pull for Diamond?
We'll do
We
one.
have
Go on.
time? Yeah,
Go
we'll
on.
do one more. So
One more, and then I'll have to go eat.
yes, we gotta let because
6:23
Jackie's
Thursday. Wow.
it's Jackie's dinner time. So alrighty, so Diamond, we are doing a reading for where do I need to communicate my emotions more clearly. We discussed the Queen of
For
Swords, so we
Diamond.
highly recommend a quick replay.
Heather, question.
Yeah,
Do you know Diamond? Diamond is new to me anyway.
Diamond, I have seen you in a couple of chats. I think Amanda was
Oh, okay.
another one. Um, and I know
Diamond,
there
make
have been a
sure to
couple.
subscribe. Good
Yes.
stuff.
Thank you, everybody. Please subscribe to my girl here. And then there have been a couple of other times when Diamonds asked for reading, and then the show that I've been on, and we, didn't have time. So,
Oh yeah.
it's nice to be able to
Oh,
do
good.
that. So,
Okay. Ooh,
ooh,
I love it.
ooh, this is interesting. Okay,
So, where do I need to communicate my? I just subscribed. Thanks, David.
thank you, Diamond.
where do I need to communicate my emotions more clearly? And I pulled, how perfect, the star card. So this would say to me that you're possibly in need of healing of some sort. So maybe you're needing this healing, but you haven't kind of expressed this need to people around you. So this is saying you need to tell others. You know, a lot of us hold our emotions back and kind of tell people how we're feeling and whatnot. So I think this is just about you saying to people, look, I'm going through some shit. I need to take time out. I need to heal. I need to look after myself. Look after number one. Think the 7 stars there, small ones, and then there's the big star. So that's you. So you're number one. So you need to communicate to people that your emotions maybe are a bit off and you need to look after yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So let me know if that makes sense.
Alrighty, so I'm going to start with the underlying energy that goes with what Jackie. I got the 4 of water, which is the 4 of cups, and that's about emotions. And this is the feeling of feeling stagnant, like the emotions kind of feeling apathetic, not really wanting to let go of, past emotions. I don't know if this is something to do with, people. Well, I mean, let me just, so in a typical traditional, you see another cup being handed. She's holding a pearl. And so she's got all these other pearls around her. And these are all things that have been uh, emotions that have been disappointing, or things that have not followed through, or things that fell through. I'm feeling they're saying fell through. And so this is like taking that extra cup that we may not want to look at, but giving it a chance. So where do I need to communicate my emotions more clearly? By working through those emotions that no longer serve you, and paying attention to that other one that's being drawn to you. And what's interesting, this is the 4 of water, the 4 of cups. I got the 4 of earth. So getting grounded, the 4 of earth, retaining your resources. Typically you see what they call a miser sitting on his fortune. But for me, it's more really getting grounded with holding your emotions, not maybe overly sharing them, retaining your sense of security, stability, um, things that you have worked for, and holding on to those, maybe holding on to sharing certain things, because Pentacles is also spiritual. So if it's anything to do with a spiritual journey, maybe if things aren't moving quite where you thought they would, and there's this other new opportunity coming in, to be able to emotionally be in a place where you can accept that and clearly communicate with your higher self, like with what Jackie just said. With the star card, you have to focus on that main star, like that, and
Yeah.
focusing on that main cup, and saying, okay, this is where I'm being drawn now. I'm getting grounded. I'm withholding, and being my person, my boundaries, and this is what I need to work on. So that's what I have. Why, my brain today. I know John spit it out, right?
Did John ask for a reading? I'm just curious.
No, John does not like readings, really.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's the one thing about our John, is that
Our John.
he likes to donate. He's very gracious, and a lot of times he doesn't request readings. But John,
So will we do a general
oh wait a
or
minute, it says here. Okay, I'll try that. Thanks. Wait a minute, John said,
so
"Do you want one?" Oh no,
no, because
oh
he said he couldn't find me on PayPal, so I put up my email address for PayPal.
okay.
But will we just do a general reading so on? If it makes sense to John, then great. If John doesn't want a reading,
Yes, we'll end with the general.
yeah.
And so I will grab my Hush Tarot. Let's see. So Diamond says, Heather and Jackie, thank you. I hope that made sense. Yep, she said
Yeah, there
spot on.
was.
Okay.
Yeah.
It does fit him a lot of car trouble. Hope to get it fixed, but finances are bad. Okay. Having to focus on you.
That would be stressing her out too, and the need for the healing with the star card, worrying about money, of course,
Yep. Oh, I know what that's all about. Diamond, I
Yeah,
think you and I were talking that night. I have to have new tires. My finances are, I'm trying to, catch up with debt. And it's like $700 for a set of basic tire. Yeah, so I get it. I get it. Totally, girl. But we got this. The universe will provide. We got to
exactly.
focus on that.
And speaking of the universe providing, I have the King of Pentacles. So it's about putting out to the universe. Well, I always remind people, you don't say, universe, please give me this, that, or the other. Please is a no. That's kind of like begging. So what you need to say to the universe is, thank you, universe, for guiding me in the right direction towards, receiving the money to pay for the car problems and that kind of thing.
She's the
So
affirmation queen, her and Saoirse.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you're thanking the universe, because this is someone this is the King of Pentacles. He is, kings are in management. This is someone who manages his material and financial world,
Mm-hmm.
So put out to the universe, thank you, universe, because like I've said this before, people have heard me say, are you Juvna? I am, that's me. um I've said this before, like a couple of times, little things at work. I remember a couple of years ago, I was thinking I could do with some extra money this week. That's literally all I said. Um, and next day, the boss handed me €30 because myself and my husband had done a little job for him the day before, and it was only a half an hour job, but he gave me €30 and he gave my husband a bottle of whiskey. So
Ooh.
it's just, I put it out to the universe. I'd love some extra money this week. And then you have to trust in the universe. So you don't think about where, when, how you'll get that money. You just trust that the universe will provide. So you
Everybody,
need,
tell the universe, I would like some extra money this week. Thank
so
you.
Diamond, you need to trust that, put it out to the universe. Say, thank you, universe, for providing me with the money that I need to pay for the car so that I won't be stressing anymore about the car payments, and just be this King of Pentacles and know that it will happen when it's supposed to happen, and all will be looked after. So but that's a general reading for everyone, is
Mm-hmm.
um just believe in the universe and trust that whatever you put out there, whatever you thank the universe for will happen.
Wonderful. So I got the Nine of Cups. So this is about, having,
Ooh.
it's typically,
Mm.
the smug guy that nobody likes, but it
Yeah.
is, and it's
Oh.
interesting though, because we do have a little snake climbing up. So we just want to be, when communicating our emotions more clearly, that we are expressing them in a manner that is not egotistical, not prideful, not boastful. That our the goodness that we receive, our happy emotions, our well-to-do, those emotional celebrations that overflowing. That we remember to thank the universe. That we remember to be grateful for what we do have moving forward. And the bottom is the Two of Pentacles. And I had to pull this up because these two little birds are sitting on a grenade. I just love how he put this on there. So, and they're holding, again, the keys.
Uh,
And so it's here, life will always be uncertain,
mm,
but harmony can be found. And Pentacles is, again, you know, has to do with finances as well. So the sparrow represents simplicity, but they perch atop the bones of others who have failed. Pull the pin and see what the future holds. So this is about, staying balanced, being grounded, again, communicating clearly. You don't want to be all kind of like willy-nilly. When you pull that pin, you want it to be what it is that you want, that it's welcomed and then it's thanked for and it is well
mm,
appreciated. So
love it.
that's what I have for the collective. And Chris pulled some cards too, for the collective.
He did.
Two wands, King of Wands. Oh, so you pulled the Queen of Swords, the Magician, and Four of Swords. All righty. Setting, planning, taking that energy. The King of Wands directing that energy, making it happen. Queen of Swords being sure that you're clearly communicating what it is. the magician, knowing that you have the power to be able to create that. In the Four of Swords, um, for me, the Four of Swords, sometimes it's like kind of like taking a rest, chilling, setback. So that could maybe, like you said,
Yeah.
Jackie, giving it to the universe. We sit
Yeah.
back and we say, okay, we're open to it and laying
Do
things
your
out. And
magic.
yeah, do
Yeah.
our magic.
With that magician card. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
And he said, okie dokie. So, all righty. Everybody, thank you for joining Jackie and I. Jackie, it was a blast. Again, it's been so much fun reading again with you and doing a show.
Absolutely.
We thank everybody. Now, for those who are going to be on YouTube for a while, Karen, Care Bear Bard of Cards, is going to be doing some readings at 3 o'clock over on her channel. So be sure to swing over there and show her some love, and say hi. And Jackie and I will see you again on one of our shows. And everybody have a great rest of your day and week.
Make sure to comment afterwards, peeps. Thanks.
Yep. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.